everybody. It's time for our ATC challenge that's part of our Pick a Stick page. This month for January, our steps are extend a page, add some lace, and use a map. We also have the option now this year of a wildcard stick, which is this month make a pocket. So we could swap that for one of these steps if we didn't like it. I was tempted to do that with the extend a page, but I'm going to go with it and see what I can do. I'm also doing this in conjunction with Creative Arts Collaboration for their Color of the Year event this month, which is Pantone's Color of the Year is called Greenery, and I don't have it here to show you, but it's kind of a nice, clean, fairly bright green that airs on the side of yellow a little bit. So what do I have to work with? Well, extend a page. I've taken a piece that is twice the width of my ATC card. Okay, I'm going to attach it, I think, with some washi tape, and so it will open and then unfold. At least that's the plan, okay? So that's the extend a page. Add some lace. I have some of this stuff that I picked up like in the dollar bin at Joann's a long time ago when I used to live near Joann's. It's lacy, so I'm going to use that. And then use a map. I found some miscellaneous pieces of maps that have the green color that I'm going for. So we'll see what we come up with. Working with the greens, but I kind of have a heart theme in mind. I'm not sure how that's going to work. So, hey, stay tuned and we'll see where it goes. Anyway, thanks for coming by. Be sure you check out our Pick a Stick challenge. I'll link that below. Also, be sure that you check out the other great video content that's going on for the Color of the Year. All you need to search is the hashtag Color of the Year or Color of the Year 2017. Either way, you're going to find all kinds of fun stuff. So come and join us at Pick a Stick. Enjoy all the great video content, and let's see where this goes. Okay, so the first thing I decided to do was add a little dimension and texture to this. So I have it's the Crafters Workshop. It's called Mini Love Post, and there's kind of a postage stamp thing on it, and that's what I am putting on there with some light modeling paste. And this is actually going to show up above where the little flap's going to close, which is kind of going to be neat in a way. So now here I'm just taking my fold over flap and I'm just putting a sloppy coat of just apple barrel acrylic paint. It's called Lime Sherbet, and I'm not even being real careful to cover it all up because I know I'm going to do a few other things to this. So get that all dry, and my texture paste is dry, so I'm going to wet down my ATC card and then dab a little paint on there, then spray it some more so I get some drips and runs. I don't want real heavy coverage on this. I want some of that white to show through. Alright, now what to do with this little flap. So I go and take another stencil that I have that's also from the Crafters Workshop. It's called Mini Life Remembered, and it has the word remember, life, and kindness on it. And I decide, well, why not just make those be kind of the focal of my flappy thing here. So I'm just stenciling through here with some archival ink. This color is Rose Madder. Gonna flip it over and do basically the same thing on the other side, but with the other words. I had visions of doing all kinds of things with stencils and paint, and I decided I didn't want to make it that complicated. Adding some paint splatters here, and I ended up splattering everything else more than I did the piece of paper. Yeah, so I had pink splatters everywhere. Then I'm going to edge that with some archival ink. This is called Leaf Green. I love archival ink because it stays put. Alright, so now I'm back to that ATC card, and I pulled out that stencil again, that mini love post or whatever it's called, and going to stencil 2 of these hearts on here. I didn't think this through real well because when I put my flap on there, you have like the ends, the top ends of the hearts peeking out over the little flap, and it looks kind of strange, but I end up kind of camouflaging that with some of the lace that I decided to use. Again, edging around there to give that a little bit of a frame. And you see I'm going to lay this down here and I'm going to say, don't know that I like the way those hearts stick up out of there. What can I do to fix that? So I grabbed the lace, fudge around with it, and I'm kind of trying out, I haven't actually committed to any step yet of the 3 steps. I kind of want to get an idea how this is going to work because this is a small space, and if I make a mistake, it's going to kind of be amplified because it is such a small space. Here what I'm doing, this was actually as like trim or a lace trim or whatever, and I'm cutting the stitching on the bottom of it where it kind of had a rolled finished edge because I want this to lay as flat as possible. I don't want it to curl. So I'm like, hey, look what I could do. I could stick this back here and it'll camouflage those hearts. Yeehaw! Alright, so here I'm committing to step 1, which is extend a page, and I'm simply going to attach this with some washi tape. And I had to do a real thin little line there because of my word was right up to the edge practically. And so I'm going to fold that over and then take another little piece that I cut off and put it on the inside just for a little bit of reinforcing. Alright, I'm going to attach that piece of lace now, and I'm going to use super heavy gloss gel. It's real good for attaching stuff that's more of a 3D nature or has some texture, or sometimes if it's something that's heavy it works real well, and I thought since this lace is a little lumpy bumpy, I'll just use that. And you'll see me kind of looking around here for something to apply that with. Normally I have my trusty little red paintbrush. Well, the last crafting episode I had, I forgot to leave it in the water, and that sucker is hard as a wall. So I have not yet designated another paintbrush for glue. So that's why I'm using a palette knife here, and later you see me trying to attach the piece of map, and I end up using a little plastic card that I had cut in half. So yeah, I've got to find me a new glue brush. Alright, so that was step 2, add lace, and now this is step 3, use a map. And I decided just to cut a little small piece that had a lot of the pink and green colors in it, that picked up what I had done on the card, and just attach that under that fold out part where it says kindness. And yeah, here I'm going, oh my gosh, what do I use to apply this with? You know what I want to get? I want to get one of those little silicone brushes. I think that would be super cool to use with matte gel and things like that. But I haven't got one yet, but that's on my list. So, got the little map piece attached, and that's the last of the 3 steps that we had to do for the ATC challenge. I'm going to take a white jelly roll pen, just add a little bit of highlights here on these hearts and on a few other places, add some dots and go over some of the lettering. I kind of wish I hadn't gone over the lettering, but it is what it is. It's just paint and just paper, remember? So be sure to go over to the Facebook group for Pick a Stick Challenge, which is where we do this ATC challenge also every month. And then make sure that you search YouTube for the hashtag Color of the Year or Color of the Year 2017. And you're going to find lots of great video content. So here it is, all done. Fold a little flappy out and woohoo! It actually works. Alright, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.